Hello, my darling. Look at my beautiful queen. Yes, queen. I made this once upon a time. Well, not really. I designed it and I had someone else use their Cricut to make it. Once upon a time, maybe a Christmas or three ago. But we're here to get some sips in. So anyways, we're getting sips and steps today. We're going to talk about food. Let me do my normal intro. Hello. Hi. How are you? This is Coming Home with Mama T. I'm your host, Tiara, aka Mama T. And on this podcast, we explore the journey of creating the life of our desires through mastering manifestation, maintaining a positive mindset, and living luxuriously. Yes, honey. And as a mindset mastery and spiritual coach, I am here to support you in defining and aligning and being radically self-responsible for living the life of your desires. I love mentorship. I love accountability. I love all of it. And today we are talking about being accountable for what we put in our bodies, for that food, that good stuff, because food is medicine, honey. And I am taking my liquid medicine right now in the form of a nice, yummy herbal tea. It's got like cacao nibs in it. I am having my, guys, if you're a little about it, it's that time of the month. So I feel called to have more warming liquids in my body, nourishing myself with like cacao, not like milk chocolate, but cacao. It's different. It's more bitter. So this herbal tea has like mint and cacao in it, and it's just very soothing, and it's helpful for just being nice to my abdomen area. And so I am in love with it. I'm gonna take another sip and then sit it down so I can focus with you guys. But yeah, so with all that being said, food is medicine. Yes. I'm moving. If you didn't see the last episode I talked about movement. So they're kind of going as a pair. And I was telling you guys that I like to get 10,000 steps a day before noon. And I am about at 9,000 steps. So we're going to just walk and talk for a little bit here. So we're walking, we're talking, we're getting movement in because we're focusing on the body. The body, this beautiful, wonderful vessel that supports us through our life's journey. And here is your invitation to nourish it more and more and love it more and more because it loves you. It chose you to like put your spirit in and go with you on this experience. So show it the love it deserves. Yes. And food is just a beautiful way to not just show your body love, but show the people around you love. Like, I love food. You can't tell. A girl loves food. Okay. I love food. Yes. And it is one of my favorite, like, I feel like food is its own love language, right? Like that is my love language, food. Feed me and tell me I'm pretty. That's all I need. That's all I need. Right. But really, leaning into cooking with intention and knowing that you're going to share it with someone, you know, you put that love, right? You know, they say like, oh man, you must have put your foot in it. Like this is good, right? Like you can tell when someone put that little extra something in it. And I have found that a lot of people really start disconnecting from food, especially when they have to cook it from themselves. And we've lived in this like rat race lifestyle where it's just like da da da, and food becomes a chore and not like an act of love. And it becomes harder and harder. So my invitation here with this conversation is like, let's get more intentional about our food, right? Let's go back to food being like medicine and nourishment for our bodies and a way to show our bodies and those who are eating with us love through the ingredients that we use. Yes, we are, especially those of us who live in the US, you know, there's so much process that go into making food and choices to purchase. And I know for me, leaning into purchasing whole foods has been really like just eye-opening and important to me over the last couple of years, and really bringing into a practice of being very intentional, even if I'm eating out, like what am I gonna pick, right? because I know for myself, I can often get into like, oh, well, like I don't eat out all the time. So like, let me just get whatever sounds the best and let's have an indulgent day. But then I realized that like, okay, like one indulgent meal, not going to hurt you. But if I'm doing this on a weekly, twice a week, 3 times a week basis, then am I really being the best for my body? Maybe I should, practice what looks the best, both like healthily or nourishment wise and taste wise. Like where can I find a healthy balance and not just be the thing that has the most cheese and meat on it? Right? Like where are the vegetables? What sounds really, really good? What sounds like my belly is going to be full and not respond in a way that's upset? Like what feels good for me? And I've looked into things like Ayurveda practices and looked into just different modalities that have aspects of leaning into food for fuel and medicine, healing. Yes, healing our bodies with the right herbs and spices, removing inflammation through things like more turmeric and our ingredients and our teas, utilizing these wonderful things that are provided by the earth, by Mother Earth, Mama Gaia, God, right? Like it comes from the ground and not from a lab. Like putting those things in our bodies and seeing how it works for us and seeing how it moves for us and seeing how our bodies respond to it. And I am finding great things in this process. I've even taken it a step further over the past couple of weeks and incorporated more plant-based meals into my diet. What does that mean? Plant-based, meaning like, I would say vegan is what a lot of people are leaning towards, but I find that now veganism, there's like, because it's so popular, especially in the LA area where I live, there are so many things that you can buy that say vegan on them, but if you turn over the label, there's like, it's all these glycolates and things that aren't found in nature that have been put together to make this thing, and it's processed, right? It's processed, and I am on a journey of kind of eliminating processed things from my diet, processed sugars, processed meats, processed all the stuff, right? So like I'm eliminating that from my diet because I just don't want it. It doesn't taste good to me really anymore. That's the other thing. Like it's just like I can taste it and I bite into it. I'm like, it just tastes fake. Like I love, like Doritos are like just amazing, right? And over the past like couple of months, I've noticed that I don't enjoy them as much as I used to. Like a year ago, I'm like, all right, cool. Get a family size bag and it's gone in 2 days in our apartment. Like it doesn't last. And I have not been getting the same enjoyment from the Doritos as I used to. Maybe they changed the formula, but honestly, I feel like my taste buds have changed into a way that is more like, okay, like I can taste that it's fake. Like it's not like I don't know what's in there, but it's not anything that grows in nature. It's not anything that's natural. So I don't want it. I really don't. And even if it says like natural cheese, sometimes if you look at the ingredients, I don't know, like what makes it natural? I don't know. It's still a bunch of words that I know came from a lab, right? Like I know that somebody invented it and it did not come from the ground. It did not come from a plant. It did not come from an animal. So we're moving away from that. So I have been like incorporating like maybe a vegan meal a day, but I like the word plant-based better because to me that brings to mind that it is literal plants and not some sort of concoction created that has no animal product in it so that they can put the label vegan on it, but it still has no connection to nature, right? Like I have no issues or qualms with meat or cheese or, fish, seafood, whatever. I just know that it's a cool practice for me to really re-fall in love with fruits and vegetables and change my palate. Not saying that I'm going to go like full plant-based anytime soon, but like, I like the idea of bringing in more. Like I had the best salad yesterday. I don't know. It's like no good story ever starts with I had a great salad, right? That's why we drink margaritas. But no, like literally I had the best salad yesterday. It was like this like Asian salad. I think it was Thai chili something salad mix that I got at my local grocery store. And then I had a bag of, it's from Pura Vida. You can get them at Costco, and it is root vegetable blend. And so it's got like parsnips and carrots and sweet potato, mushrooms I think are in it. It's just like nice blend of root vegetables. So heartier vegetables that'll make you feel fuller, longer, starchier vegetables. So I had thrown those in the air fryer, got them nice and crispy. Love it. And then I had my little salad, and then I put that on top of my salad, and the sweet potato along with this like Asian zing dressing that I had, and I mixed it in with it, was just, wow, it was chef's kiss, and it felt so good and it tasted so good. And I was just like, this is a really good salad, and there's like no meat, no cheese, no nothing on it. I feel super proud of myself, and I'm just like, food is medicine as I'm eating it. Like, it was so good. But all that to say is we get to find and get to play with what foods really light us up. That's the other thing on my journey. Like, I'm not saying you have to eat this. Like, if you don't like it, don't eat it. I'm not gonna be running around grabbing broccoli anytime soon. Like, it's not my jam. My roommate likes it, and so we have frozen broccoli in our fridge, but like, he'll be like, hey, do you want me to steam up some broccoli? Or I'm gonna make like this, like, I'm like, can you not put broccoli, like, can you make the broccoli separate? I don't want it to touch anything. I don't want it to even smell the broccoli. Like, no, I don't want it in my food. Will I eat it in like broccoli, beef and broccoli? Yes, that's probably like the one and only time that I really love it and enjoy it. Or I've had some really good broccolini, like the longer broccoli, and they like roasted with like a bunch of like, it's probably got a bunch of butter, let's be real, butter and like garlic, and that's great. And there was one place that did it, and that place closed. And so, you know what? I'm just out on the broccoli. And that's fine, because there's plenty of other veggies out there that I get to love and explore. Like, I like Brussels sprouts. I love them. I love them a lot. You put them in the air fryer, get them nice and crispy, put the right seasonings on them. Mwah, chef's kiss. Yes, and it makes me happy. So eat what makes you happy. Don't make yourself sad. I think that's the other part that people struggle with when we change our lifestyle. Like, I focus on lifestyle rather than dieting. I hate diet culture. I feel like my entire life I was on some sort of diet, like from like a young person, a little child, since I was probably like 5 until now. Like, there's always been some sort of aspect of like, I need to like focus on my food because I need to lose weight, right? I need to like, and this like kind of anger and resentment and all these emotions, low vibrational emotions that go along with it. So I am doing the work that I do, right? I am looking at it, and yeah, I'm aware that I still want to lose weight. I still want to release some weight. And I am also aware that food is a big component of that. How much am I eating and what am I eating, right? These are things. And there's very simple things to change, but if we have built up habits that make it hard for us to just unconsciously choose the quote unquote right thing or the better thing or whatever you want to define it as, then we have to make a reprogram, right? We have to make a reprogram. And when we make those reprograms, for me, if we're putting it into a diet mindset means once I hit my goal, I go back to doing the old things that I used to do, right? And that doesn't work. Why? Because you stopped doing the thing that you were doing to lose the weight, and then now you've gained it back, maybe even extra 20 pounds. So it's not helpful. So what I am about, and I'm a big proponent of, what can we do that is actually sustainable? What is a lifestyle choice for ourselves, right? And so I looking at food as medicine, and let's be intentional about it from like a witchy standpoint. I want to lean into grabbing the best ingredients. When I think about like doing ritual and that kind of work, I don't want to like use crap stuff, right? Not that you need anything to do a ritual, and that can be another conversation as well. But like, when I lean into manifesting and energy work and all of that, I want to really trust and love on the the resources that I'm utilizing, right? And so if I'm thinking about food as medicine and I'm thinking about food as intention, then I'm also really thinking about, okay, well, what am I putting into my body, right? Am I gonna use like this cheese that's got like 19 different things on it that I have no idea what it is? Or can I spend the extra $2 and get the cheese that just says like milk, enzymes, and salt? 3 things, right? And I can grab that. Tastes better, it feels better, and I energetically resonate better with it. And so when I'm cooking with it, like I can think about like who's gonna eat it, right? And I can think about like putting in that love and that extra touch, right? We think about the seasonings and the spices you use. Each one of them, if you want to like really take a deep dive, you can look at the metaphysical correlations to them, the energetic correlations. Cinnamon's great for confidence, for example, right? You can put that. You can use salt for safety. Put that in there. You can also use salt for clearing. Like I am clearing out any low vibrations from my body. I am letting go and releasing. So you put that salt in there and you set that intention as you're sprinkling your salt on your food. You can put pepper protection, right? Like I am safe. I am protected. I have, spirit guides and God, source, universe, whomever is in your belief structure. Like I have angels around me, right? And I'm going to put that pepper on and I'm thinking about that. And we're putting all those connections, right? And when we're making like food, a divine dinner for ourselves, we want to make sure that we're putting in quality ingredients when we think about it, right? If you were making an offering to your ancestors or something like that, then like you wouldn't want to like give them crap, right? You want to give them something. Like, I'm not saying you have to spend all of the money in the world. No, I'm saying like you want to do something that you feel good about. Yeah. What do you feel good about, right? What do you feel good about putting into your body? What do you feel good about giving to your children, your friends, your family, your partners, your whatever? Like, what do you feel good about sharing? Yeah. What do you feel good about putting into your own body? Because if you're going to give it to somebody, like if you wouldn't give it to somebody else, why would you give it to yourself? Yeah. If you wouldn't say it to somebody else, why would you say it to yourself? These are the things I like literally just had a thought about. I saw a post the other day about this woman and she went to the gym and she was like, yeah, I was at the gym. And this girl was like, oh my God, I can't believe that you are wearing those shorts. And why are you lifting so da da da? And she's like going off about all these like negative things that somebody was saying about her. And then she was like, and y'all, you wouldn't believe it. It was me. I was looking in the mirror and I was just saying these things. I noticed that I was talking about myself in such a rude way. I would never say that to anybody. Why am I saying it to myself? Yeah. Why? I know that's more of a mindset conversation than a food conversation, but it all goes together. This is a holistic space, right? We are working on our minds, our bodies, our spirits. We're nourishing our minds, our bodies, our spirits so that we can be in a place, in a space to take action and held ourselves radically self-responsible for living extraordinary lives, for being fulfilled, for being happy, right? We are taking control. We are stepping in and embodying the versions of ourselves that we've always wanted to be. That's what we're here for. So it's all connected. If you wouldn't feed it to somebody else, why would you feed it to yourself? Simple. Yeah? Think about it. Think about food as medicine. What is like naturally coming from the ground? What is naturally here on this planet? Like God, source, universe, is Mother Earth, however you identify, like it all has been provided for us. And we get to choose, right? I mean, you could choose the processed things if you want to, but how does it make you feel, right? Long term, how does it make you feel? We can go into a whole thing about the addictiveness of sugars and the added preservatives and the added things that go into all of those processed foods that also predicate and lead to a lot of the diseases and everything that we experience. I mentioned in the last video where I talked about movement and the blue zones, and on the food side from the blue zones, a big part of it was like they eat a lot of vegetables, and a lot of fish, was like a very common thing, was like a big part of a lot of the diet, a lot of soups. And it wasn't to excess. You know, maybe they got together and had a party. Like there's an area in Greece and it's like wine and meals together, but they're also dancing and they're having fun. And a lot of those places, it was mindful, a lot of mindfulness in the creation. What are they putting into their food? You know, what is actually naturally just growing around them? You know, where they can go fishing and they can, they grab the food from their garden, right? And so it's like literally stuff that's like in their backyard and they're taking it and they're putting it into their food. How beautiful is that? That's why I started growing my own garden. I was like, I love that. I want to go and just grab some lettuce out of my little bib lettuce. And it feels really good knowing that I cultivated it. I know there's no pesticides on it. I know, you know, what was used. And I like to put like moon water and all that kind of stuff on my fruits and vegetables out there. So it's just like, I know the love and the heart that goes into that. And that I bring that into my kitchen and then that goes into my body. Like how amazing is that? It's wonderful. Do you have to have a garden? No. Am I saying like, but no, like I just want you to think about what it is that you're putting into your body and maybe start incorporating more ways to make your food your medicine so we can better nourish our bodies. Move, like I was talking about in the last video, more. Work on our minds, our bodies, our spirits, invest in ourselves so that we can grow and thrive, not just for ourselves, but as a community and live extraordinary lives. If you haven't already joined the home membership, come on, friend. I invite you in. It is a beautiful sacred space. You can be a founding member of this beautiful space held over on Facebook. We're going to be doing group coaching, so live Q&A sessions where you get to just ask your questions, get some insights on life. I will incorporate some tarot into that, so that's super fun. I love it. We have movement, because I find movement to be super important for our bodies and loving on our bodies. And then I will be sharing recipes as I find them and love on them and share that into the community. And I invite you to share your recipes as well. I'll be sharing remedies as I learn more about herbs and spices and how to lean more into foods and teas and tinctures rather than like big pharma to heal our bodies. So sharing that in that space as well. And I invite you as you're a member to share your experiences and your remedies and all of that in there too, because this is about a community. It's not just me just woo-hoo talking, but it is a community. And that is the beautiful part, an opportunity to network and grow and make friendships and all sorts of amazing things. And then, of course, we have the spirit that we lean into with ritual and Reiki and energy healing and all that good stuff. So I invite you to be a founding member, help to shape this sacred space and grow and flow and thrive together. Until the next time, my friend, I love you.